Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you the NZXT H7 Flow, a very wide mid-tower inside for those looking for a case with a very good airflow. I am Franco and I welcome you to Argentomatica. We will be able to find this case in white and black. It is built entirely in aluminum, just a few small details. Made of plastic, but you could say that it is 100% aluminum. It has mesh panels to obtain better airflow, so the components will be well cooled. It also has an easy to remove tempered glass because it does not have screws. In addition to this glass, it has 3 removable panels, leaving us with a case with very easy access to install the components. This particular model includes 3 120mm non-RGB front fans. If we want these fans to be RGB, we have to go for the H7 Flow RGB version. When removing the side panel, we will find a very large space where the box with the accessories to install the components will be included. We can also see that it has multiple holes and Velcro straps to be able to pass the wiring of the components that we are going to install, and that it is as neat as possible. As I always say, not only to make it look better visually, but also when changing a component that breaks down, it is easier to work with an orderly wiring than everything mixed and tangled. Also on this side, we will find the 2 supports to install storage disks. In one of the supports, we will be able to install 2 SSD disks or 2 HDD disks, and in the other only 2 SSD disks. In addition, at the top, we will be able to see an exclusive space for RGB controllers. In this case for NZXT, it is the NZXT cam. Let's talk a little about measurements and weight. It has a height of 544 millimeters, width of 244 millimeters, and length of 468 millimeters. Now let's move on to connections and compatibilities. At the top, we will be able to find the power button, 2 USB ports 3.2 Type A, 1 USB port 3.2 Type C, and the power LED. In my opinion, it should have 2 or 3 additional USB-C ports and not just 1. The vast majority of the devices that we are going to install already come with a USB Type-C port. So I think that in this aspect, it would need some more. Let's move on to motherboards. Supports eDeX, ADEX, Micro ADEX, and Mini ITX motherboards. Power supplies up to 200 millimeters, and graphics cards up to 410 millimeters long. Now let's move on to refrigeration. Both compatible radiators and fans. On the front, we can install 3 coolers of 120 millimeters, or 3 coolers of 140 millimeters. If we talk about radiators, we can install 120, 140, 240, 280, 360, and 420 millimeters. In other words, absolutely all the sizes that we can find on the market. On the top, we can install 3 coolers of 120 millimeters, or 2 coolers of 140 millimeters. Radiators of 120, 140, 240, 280, 360 millimeters. At the rear, both coolers and radiators of 120 and 140 millimeters. And at the bottom, we can also install up to 3 fans of 120 millimeters. If you're going to use an air sink for your CPU, it has to be at most 180 millimeters high. Anything remarkable or that catches my attention about this design? Yes, it has a trim, which actually its function is to hide part of the wiring that we are going to connect to the motherboard, and obviously This trim is removable to be able to work and install the components much easier. Having seen all the specifications, let's observe how the airflow behaves inside the case. Let's do an airflow. My experience when installing all the components was very good. As I said at the beginning of the video, when we remove all the panels, we are left with a very large box inside, and it really makes it very comfortable to install all the components, even if, as you could see in the images, it is a very large graphics card. If I have to tell you something about the qualities and finishes, I simply have to tell you that NZXT has us used to this type of product. Very minimalist. And contamination and quality of premium products at a price that is not so high either. In the case of the H7 Flow, we will be able to find it, for example, on Amazon, between $100 and $130 or euros, a price that does not seem very high to me. In my opinion, honestly, it is one of the best boxes I have brought to the channel, and that is why I have kept it. We have it there. It's my new box for my PC. If you are looking for a very spacious box, with premium finishes, with good airflow, and at a relatively normal price, I think this is one of the best options you're going to find on the market right now. Premium qualities and finishes, and a price that personally seems quite normal to me. I think this is one of the best options you will find on the market today. I would like you to leave me in the comments what you think of this case. Would you buy it or go for a totally different case? Without further ado, thank you very much for being there, and see you in the next video.